What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it here. Here we are on this, the 5th of April. Yes, we've just started a new day, 23 hours, 52 minutes left in the new day here. Closing yesterday, Friday, 0.8% to the upside. That's not that impressive. But what is impressive is that you did this in the wake of a 6% downside drop, a breakaway gap to the downside. That's a pretty big drop for the SPX right there. That's a pretty big drop indeed, you guys. I can't think of any time that I've seen the S&P 500 drop that much and Bitcoin did anything but drop with it, or drop more. Likely it would drop more, right? Bitcoin drops, altcoins drop more. S&P, the stock market, the traditional markets drop. Bitcoin drops more than that normally. But here we are, holding up well, when we had every reason to drop more. We had a pretty bearish hammer candle there, pretty bearish reversal, bearish engulfing candle here. Everything about it sucks. Volume coming in, all that stuff, right? We rejected this line that, by the way, horizontal lines are just silly, but nonetheless, this silly line here actually was respected. It was respected, to be completely fair. But I don't know how much weight I would put into that personally. If we look back here, whenever you rejected, you did continue to go down rather fiercely. Here you went down rather fiercely, but you did stall for 2 days. Here you went down fiercely, but maybe we're stalling for 2 days, maybe. But I don't know, man. Oftentimes these lines are just there to trick you. It's by like that third time or that fourth time that you do actually start to break through. And this could be it. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not completely convinced yet that we are absolved of going on these lows. Again, you guys, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. Yeah, so by the way, I might not have any videos in the morning, just to put you guys, make you aware of that. I'll probably post that on x.com and in the Discords too. But yeah, I'm not going to be making videos in the morning. Damn, man, I might not be able to make videos at all tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it from the airport. Maybe I will. I do plan on making videos while I'm on vacation, but it won't be at the extent that I normally do. We'll just keep up with Bitcoin, some other cryptos that I favor, and maybe a request here or there. I might do a live stream if I'm feeling myself, but I'm probably just going to enjoy my time for the most part, right? But I do like to stay up to date. Here we are at 83.7K now. Enough about me. Let's talk about you. We're on the weekend right now. And it's very possible that we could continue to break away over the weekend. It's much more possible that the weekend is just boring. But if we're doing things differently here than what we've done before, right? If we're finding resistance at this line, but we're not getting immediate follow through down when we have reasons to go down, that might imply, in fact, that we're going up. We found support at the 40 and then rejected the 50. That's a prime setup to see the oversold area. That's a prime setup to go lower. But we didn't do that, did we? We actually found some support. We found a higher low, and we're postured nicely right now to potentially break above the 50. I think what we need to see, what we'd want to see, is some kind of endeavor that takes you above all of these highs in the RSI, gets you above the let's just say the 56 level there, something that's higher than what we've seen since the beginning of February there. If we can do that, I think that'd be rather encouraging, and I don't think that you need too much. I mean, a close above 88K is probably all it would take to put on your radar what it is that I'm looking for Bitcoin. First and foremost, I want to see if this thing can get back above $86,000, right? 86,000. No, that's not the right fib. I'm sorry. From this, let's go on a 4-hour basis, right? From here to a high to a low, 86K. That's where your 618 is. That's where your golden ratio is. So if you want to get excited that this is the low and that, in fact, we are moving up, we're not going down to $74,000 to $70,000, we need to get above 86K. That's the first step. I'm not even going to be completely convinced. I'm not going to be calling for this to be the low, but I might be giddy. I might be a little bit excited if that happens. I'm a little bit giddy now with the results that we had on the traditional markets versus Bitcoin here. Closing above 88,000, right above this 886, above this area of resistance here, 88,000 on a daily basis. That would help validate. In my opinion, I would start calling this the low. I'd very much be bullish at that point, calling for new all-time highs and all that stuff, right? I am still calling for new all-time highs, by the way. No matter what we do, whether we go down here, we go up here, regardless of what happens, I very much do believe that we will see new all-time highs at around 111 111,000 or higher by the end of this month of April. That's the call. We've stuck with that call since the 1st of April. I think I'm sticking with that call every single day throughout the rest of this month as well. There's something else that I was looking at that I think is rather interesting. Looking at the fibs here, and this is a fib that we don't take into consideration all the time, but from a low here back in January 13th to the high on January 20th, Inauguration Day, we have been rather progressive to the downside, right? Showing lower highs, lower lows throughout all these fib levels. You had a double bottom at the golden ratio, and now what you've done is you're actually finding support at the 1414, which this is kind of a reversal in itself. This, from a fib perspective, this is actually a big deal. And it's not a complete thought. You need to complete the thought. And what would complete the thought is getting above that 100 area, which is right there at about $89,000. Okay, 89.3K. If we can get above there, and ideally see prices at 91,000 or higher, if we can see something like that happen, maybe not over the weekend, but just without going below these lows, I think it's irrefutable at that point. It's undisputable. I don't know what word to use. You can't argue it. That's the low, guys. That would be the low. Now, I do want to make you aware of one of the most bearish indicators that I'm aware of in my time being in crypto. It's a real serious thing, and it has only failed me once. So it's actually I'm probably batting, if I've been in crypto now for 10 years, this is something that I have at least 10 iterations of. So 90% of the time it's accurate. Every time I go on vacation, we see the market drop. That's just what it is. When I'm on vacation, the market takes a dump. So I do go on vacation tomorrow. I'll be leaving. I'll be flying out. I'm going to Florida, and I'll be doing that for about a week and a couple days there. But it's very possible. I have a bit of I'm not a superstitious person, man. I think that I make my own luck. You know what I mean? I believe and that I have the keys to my own destiny here. But I think everybody does, really. But that's a topic for another time. But with this, it's out of my control, man. Whenever I go on vacation, the market just seems to dump every single time. It doesn't matter what month it is. I don't go on vacation at the same time every year. But it does seem to be, and to be completely fair, out of those 10 years, most of the time it is around June. This is an earlier time that I do go on vacation, but June, in the beginning of June, end of June, sometime in July, whatever, man. It just seems to drop anytime that I go on vacation. But other than that, right now, I don't know if there's anything stopping you, man. You look pretty bullish. All you have to do is complete the thought, right? Complete the thought. You found support here. You tried to, but you rejected down. That wasn't a good look. But hey, man, over the past 2 days, you've had every reason to drop, and you just haven't done it yet, right? We're looking like we're encroaching this. And we might have even broken out of it, this downtrend. Yeah, we've broken out of it a little bit, but we're encroaching to actually really break out of this. See something that was more than just a little peekaboo action here. We actually want to get away from it. And here's the deal: every single time that we found resistance, you found a low. You found a lower low. Okay. All the way over here, you found a low. Right. That was pretty close to these lows. Inevitably, you saw a lower low. Then we get up to this area, you found a higher low. Here, we found a higher low. We're doing things differently right now in this kind of section in the RSI. Maybe we are gearing up to break out of this. I'm really curious to see what happens. It starts with 86K. It ends with about 91K, and I would flip bullish right at 88,000. But what it takes is a daily close, right? This is very important. We need confirmation. It's the same thing that we're saying now as we were saying on this day. We got up to $88,656. It's not enough. You need confirmation. I want to be very clear as to what I'm saying here, guys. I am not, right now, I am not. And if it does this, cool. I'm not calling for this. I'm not calling for this. My call remains. We're going here. We're going to go somewhere around here. But I'm a bit more optimistic than I've been probably throughout this whole range. Absolutely, especially after today's performance versus the stock market. I'm not amused by just one day. I'm kind of amused. Amused might be a good word. I'm amused by one day, but I'm not convinced. All right, convince me. Continue moving up, or at least don't move down more. Right? If we can hold the line, if we can start to make some progress, even if it's not over the weekend, if we can just hold the line and start making progress next week, stock market moving up or down or whatever, if you can just do your thing and move up, I would start to be convinced. And 88K is what it would take. Closing above there is what it would take. Until then, I do remain bearish. And it's a technical game. It's a matter of conviction. It's a matter of validation. And until we validate this as a low, my hands are tied, man. I remain bearish to the downside. And especially with the notion I'm going on vacation tomorrow, I might just open up a Pandora's box there and Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe the curse will be lifted. Maybe it won't be. Last year when I went on vacation, it wasn't a time that we dropped, right? Last year I went on vacation in April, actually at the same time. I was just saying I don't go on vacation at the same time every year, but here I am back-to-back years. And that April, to be fair, actually we did drop. We did drop. We dropped. Where was it? Well, so it must not have been that April. When was it? When we went on? It was the November then. November in 2023. Yeah, that's when I was on my last. Okay, so it was November. It's whenever. Okay, yeah. That one we did pump, and that was actually so sorry. It wasn't last year's vacation. I had it mixed up, but I feel like I'm talking too much about myself, man. But all I'm trying to say here is we'll see how it goes, I guess. we'll see if the curse remains true or not. I feel like I'm my own worst enemy with this stuff. We'll see how it goes. I am expecting that the price will continue to move down until otherwise proven wrong, and I will admit that I'm wrong if and when the time comes. But it's going to take more than just a day of opposing the stock market's views. It's going to take more than just a wick up here. We need to close above 88K, and I'm just rambling at this point, so I'll probably end the video there. Again, we're showing bullish structure from a low to a high on this fib. We just have to complete the thought. Higher lows are nice. Now we need a higher high. If we can get to this 886 level right there at about 91.3K, I'm sold, man. I'm sold. I'm bullish. I'm absolutely. There's no denying it at that point. And even if you are a bearish denier and you still believe into the downside, at least accept the fact that if we get above where we broke out from over here at about 96.5K, there's no arguing it anymore. You're in denial at that point. And we're going up to prices that are well above our all-time highs. I think by the end of this month, we'll see 111K. By the end of this move, sometime in May and June, probably late May, if not late June, somewhere in that time frame, we will see targets of about $175,000 or more. We might see more. In fact, I did some analysis on this thing with the golden ratio, right? If we look at it here. I keep trying to end the video, man, but I just can't do it. Let's see. Go to the weekly time frame. We can take this high to low. Yeah. Let's take this high to low. What is that? Right. That's the 1618. We went right above the 1618. Did we not? We did. We went right above the 1618. High to low here. I mean, we went whenever we stopped at the 1618. We went right above it. Still, we stopped at it for a few weeks, but we still went right above it. Right. If we take into consideration the last bull cycle, from a bull cycle high in December 2017 to the bear cycle low in 2018, we did go just above the 1618. We stopped right at it, but just above it. Just above it there, right? Going back to the weekly time frame. We take a high here to a low here. And where do we stop? We actually stopped at the 1886, okay? So every time just above the 1618. It's not really a stopping point. Even if it is, you go just above it. Well, from our last cycle, from the high here, the all-time high at 69K to the low here of that bear cycle in 2022 November, the 1618 is at $174,000 essentially. If we were to go just above it, that could put us at 180K. If we were to go a little bit more than just above it, we could be at 200K. I've been theorizing that we would stop right at that level. I've been thinking it was pinpoint perfect the whole time. And maybe it is. Maybe we stop right there at about 174K, and this is not by the end of this month. This is by the end of June is kind of the expectation, okay? Maybe we stop right there. But in my opinion, the data, at least how Bitcoin likes to interact with these levels, it seems to suggest otherwise. We'll probably stop at 180K or more, generating the biggest move that we've seen over this whole bull cycle. It's coming, you guys. It's coming. And I think, honestly, and this will end the video here. The jobs report data wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was actually better. We had more new jobs than expected, right? Than what was predicted, and the unemployment rate went up by like 0.1%, but that was expected. It wasn't anything unexpected. So it wasn't like a good report. It wasn't a terrible report. It was, if anything, it was probably a little bit better than expected it to be. But it wasn't like anything crazy. And Jerome Powell didn't seem to say anything that was really crazy, anything eye-opening or revealing at this meeting that he had today. So I don't think that the markets. I just treat that as a neutral thing. And on something that was kind of perceived to be negatively received, neutral's good, you guys. Neutral's good, and I think that could be why we're moving up. I don't know. Stock market's moving down. Bitcoin's holding still. We'll see how it goes. At the moment, we're still calling for lower prices, but you know what levels we have to get to invalidate me. Please invalidate me. I imagine, you guys, I keep saying I'm going to end the video, damn it, but I'm not. Hit the like button and subscribe if you like it when I don't end the video. Leave a scathing comment if you hate my silly voice whenever I talk after I say I'm going to end the video. You think you're going to get a break from me. I imagine that most analysts, maybe not most of them, but the loudest ones on X.com or on YouTube, like the ones that they're like, their reputation hinges on being right or wrong. I don't care about being right or wrong, man. I just care about making money. I feel like that's what my reputation hinges on, is making money. And we're only up this cycle, man. We're down since December, absolutely, but we're up overall this cycle by far. It's been a good cycle so far, actually. If it's not been a good cycle for you, I would assume that you're either trading like a degenerate, and you know who you are. Shout out to Shalom, or you are making maybe not the right investment choices. You're buying the relative highs, and even if you're not trading like a degen, you're just buying the relative highs. And so far, that this cycle, it really hasn't worked out. So just hold off, right? Buy and hold. Wait. The best part of the cycle is going to come. It doesn't matter if you bought the all-time highs of any given coin. You're probably going to do fine over the coming months here. But I imagine that there's a lot of influencers who are on their knees at night praying. They're like, please let me be right. My reputation hinges on being right or wrong. Please, crypto gods, I would like to be right. Because if not, then nobody will like me. I won't like myself. Please be right. I'm on my knees every night saying, well, that sounded a little frisky. I'm praying on my knees every single night that I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong, you guys. I want to be wrong. I don't care about that stuff. I want us all to. It's more fun to watch it go up. It really is, and everybody's going to make money if it goes up. So I don't know, man. If that tells you anything about how much that matters to me, I guess I don't know. I don't know what the point of that is. I was just trying to make it funny there. It's funny imagining a bunch of people praying that they're going to be right and not be wrong. I'm like literally over here like, please invalidate me. Please shove a big candle of invalidation right up my way. Please do it. Please do it. I've got nothing else to say, guys. I'm just rambling at this point. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. And I'm, again, to be very clear, as bullish as I might be sounding, as excited as I might be sounding, and I am excited for the end of this month, still expecting lower prices until invalidation. Please invalidate me. Please. I want that invalidation candle. But until then, I'm sticking to it. All right, bye-bye.